No matter where we go, Mexico is always so close to us.
We're back.
Yeah, we are.
Rob John's Ranger, personal Ranger.
Yeah.
We wanted to go in depth about this thing. Built here at a shop in Hesperia. What year is this thing?
89 cab.
The whole truck is so packaged and detailed. It looks like a, like a show car or a hot rod, and it's just as functional. So can we go back and cover your electronics a little more in there?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty simple by today's standards.
And do you have a dome we can turn on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have the race pack Bluetooth. I'll go turn that on, but I have it Bluetooth to the iPad. So all the engine functions can be monitored via the iPad through the race pack system for the passenger. And then all rugged
KC
stuff.
Cyclone.
Yep.
Right.
And then I have this one too. Just, so if you're at night and you want to read something, the passenger wants to read directions or read something, it doesn't interfere with my sight. So, or whoever's driving.
Sure.
All rugged radio stuff. Those guys are the raddest guys ever.
And these are your Switch Pros?
Yeah, Switch Pro, another killer company. Like the people at Switch Pro, they're like a family-run business, and they literally have the best customer service you could imagine. So most things are run by the race pack, most of the engine functions, the race pack and the fast fuel injection system.
Yeah.
So this controls all my lights and start and stop functions and just main power and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the thing with Switch Pros, is you are fully able to customize this stuff as much as you want. Whatever options you need, you can customize, and you can put them wherever you need to. The other thing I noticed too is your shifter. You're running like a Bandit style shifter, or what is that thing?
The Pro Ratchet.
Pro Ratchet.
Yeah.
And that's
so it
kind
just
of
shifts
a
kind of
drag
like a sequential, but it's only a 3-speed. So we have a Turbo 400 from Chris at Maximum Transmission. The dude builds a very, very good transmission.
And Chris is up here, right?
Yeah, and Chris is up in my hometown too, so that's always helpful. That's super nice. Really good guy.
I don't know Chris personally, but I know that I've seen Maximum Transmissions, and that name kind of...
Oh, he's up and coming. He's growing.
It's going and going and going. For like the last 5 years or
Yep.
so, it's been solid.
Yep.
But yeah, I did notice this when we were in it.
And then I just whipped this up on the lathe real quick because we needed a shifter, and I was going to build a way nicer one. And one of those things where once it's in operation, it's so hard to go back and do stuff. Like,
sure.
You want to, but it's just you're busy doing other stuff.
I like that it wasn't that clunkiness of a normal gate shifter.
Yeah.
You know,
you just...
Yeah, it's easy. Super easy. And then that's your...
Yeah, and then that's what the dash looks like for the passenger.
Sure.
It just looks like a race pack dash.
And then your analog over here.
Yeah, and then all Speed Hut analog gauges, which I like the Speed Hut gauges because they're programmable. So you can program your high and low points for the light to come on, like the warning light.
Sure.
It's kind of cool function. And then GPS speedometer, which is cool. It has this quick startup function, and it immediately fires off. So the amount of miles on the truck are very accurate.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which I think I have 7,500 miles on this truck already.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, people don't think you drive it, but you drive it.
I drive the heck out of this
Definitely.
thing. Yeah.
Definitely. And I was super impressed. I mean, when we got in at TCB Ranch, it was... I was expecting a little more light-footedness, and it was just immediate game on, and it felt super comfortable and safe.
I was surprised how comfortable I was right away.
Yeah.
The short course style track, you can
you were
see
ready
everything.
to go.
You see all the jumps. You can see everything good. So we had a few of the jumps, and you're like, all right, this is pretty legit.
Yep. And then you're just running extinguishers in here, right? Is there a suppression system in here?
No, I don't, and I would definitely do one in the future.
That seems to be the thing now.
And then another cool thing is, so my Parker pumpers are hidden in the paneling back here. So you unscrew the cap, and then you can screw in a bung that has the nipple on it, and then you just plug your hose right onto that.
Gotcha.
Or you can cap it if you don't want to use them. But I like to hide all that stuff.
100%. Yeah, I mean, if there's a way, I would rather make everything concealed than exposed.
There's
and
a
just
little
floating
pack
around.
tray back there, so you can keep the essentials. You never know when you're gonna need that.
Yeah, that wilderness pooping.
What do I sit on? You just squat, stupid. Not here, go further away.
Most of us know that you're building another Ranger, or it's almost done.
Yeah,
right.
1,000 horsepower Ranger for Gordon Sutter.
So that's getting wired right now, but I did notice with his, you have like some kind of sub enclosure panels back here, right?
Gordon's a nut, man. He wants everything that a Lexus has. So he's crazy about it. He's like, we gotta have stereo system, we gotta have this, we gotta have this.
Yep.
So we have a supercharger in that thing, and still somehow managed to fit the windshield wipers on the inside.
That's
so
awesome.
It still has windshield wipers, has a full stereo system, it has Like, it's a crazy build. Because there's not a lot of real estates in these cabs. There's hardly any room when you start really
100%.
packaging a bunch of stuff in here. So
Yeah, and especially with the Ranger, I mean, you usually end up having your seats in the extra cab.
I honestly
for the
think
most
my
part.
mini Ranger is wider than this thing inside. I'm
Oh,
more
that?
shoulder, yeah, I'm more shoulder to shoulder in that thing than in this thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I noticed too, we never really touched on the headers and the exhaust.
Yeah.
And I just, more fit and finish. I noticed that even the fender washers, you know, little details like that you overlook, like the spacing is all consistent, even though that it's going out here, it's almost the same, you know?
Yeah, because it's hard to see, but if you look, we actually have one big piece that's formed to the inner fender right there.
Gotcha.
that
So
bolts to that
let's
thing.
touch on your exhaust. I mean, that's all built in-house too, right?
Yeah, so we've been building headers for 20 some years.
Sure.
And so obviously nobody sells a header that fits a big block in a Ranger. So we built the headers for it, conventional style, just because I'm so limited on room. You know, to try to come up out here and have the tire turn in, there just wasn't enough room. So they're conventional style, and then I used to have 3.5-inch exhaust with Borla mufflers, the biggest ones I could fit in the area that had room for a muffler. But it was just too loud with 3.5, and so I actually, when I refreshed the engine this time, I reduced it to 3-inch, and it's definitely quieter than what it was.
Made a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's still loud, but it was just too loud. Like, I don't mind being a little bit loud, but it was just too loud.
And another thing too is when you pulled up and you had this thing on a trailer, you had this thing tied down to specific hooks on the frame. So what made you do that?
We've done it on the cars forever.
Yeah.
And the difference, though, one of the things about it is the cars, you know, they have like 5-6 inches of wheel travel. So your straps don't loosen too terribly much. This thing, they probably do, but every time we get to our destination, they're still tight. But, you know, with the suspension moving up and down, the straps probably can loosen a little bit. But we've never had an issue with it. I can tell you this, though. When we arrive or leave, we're done in not even 5 minutes. We're on the trailer and strapped down and ready to go in 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's an awesome
It's
detail.
just kind of nice. It just makes
For
life
sure.
a little easier.
And then what hubs? You have Camberg up front, and then what are you running in the back?
Curry. in the
Curry?
rear.
Okay.
So just because it was done over such a long duration of time of build, so I got all the Curry stuff, and then a guy was at one of the Lucas races, a guy met me, and he just happened to have the full Camberg front kit for this thing. So that's why I have mixed matched hubs. But the rears are 2.5s, 2.25s in the front, so I'll upgrade the front. And like I said, if I build another rear end for this thing, I'll do 4-inch tube housing, 3.25, you know, snouts, and just the big boy stuff. So I just don't have to worry about it. It's nice to not worry about those things.
And then air conditioner, just vintage air?
This one has Old Air products in it because the vintage airs, which I use both companies, and they both make a great product, but Old Air Products has a little bit smaller of an evap box, and we were just I have 2 ignitions. Everything's redundant on this, 2 fuel pumps, 2 ignition systems, and we were just running out of room. So I ended up using the Old Air Products one in this one, and it works really good. Well, you were in it, remember? It was,
Yeah, 100%.
It was nice when we were down at TC.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, the packaging is really crazy on it, and I've only worked with vintage air just because I guess that's been the standard.
They both are good companies, so you know, just sometimes you go with one or the other just because of a packaging situation.
Sure. And then as far as under the carpet, do you have lizard skin in this?
Yeah, so I have the sound deadening and the ceramic heat resistant, all inside and outside.
Do you want to explain lizard skin?
So lizard skin is a sound deadener, but they also make a ceramic heat resistant barrier. And I saw it at SEMA show for the first time. They had one of those electric hot plates that you cook pancakes on.
Yep.
And they had half of it covered with their ceramic stuff. Had an ice cube on it, not melting, and water boiling on the other side.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, that's a good product.
That's a sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, immediate.
And then all the panels, the access panels, they're ceramic coated actually with the high heat header stuff. And then this has all air gaps like we were talking about on that F100 that we went over last time.
Yeah.
This has double paneled firewall just to have that air
Sure.
gap.
So just like the F100, double paneled, so that what you're talking about is having a primary firewall panel.
Yep.
And then, you know, a space
secondary
and
on
then
the
a
side.
secondary one.
Yeah. So there's an air gap in between it, so it keeps a lot of the heat transfer outside.
It's like a
of the
relief
gap.
almost.
Yep.
Sure.
And so I noticed, like, I've ridden in some trucks that literally melt the vans off your feet. It's so gnarly.
Yeah,
And
that's
this isn't
insane.
like that. It is warm. Like, you put your hand down there on the floor and it's warm.
Yeah.
It's not hot like a lot of the...
It's well insulated. Even when Rob had one door shut and I was talking and I was watching him walk around the truck, when I was talking in here, it felt like I was in a real sealed, insulated thing, you know?
Well, it's sealed up good enough that you have to forcefully shut the door if the windows are up.
100%, yeah. Pressurized in a way. Yeah. All right, well, we're losing daylight. Let's go get outside.
We're pretty stoked to be here. Finally get some footage of this thing again. It's always a freaking joy to see Rob and to see the amazing Darth Vader Ranger. I don't know, hey, what does Rob call his truck?
Black Betty.
Black Betty? For reals? Is that what you just said? I said Darth Vader. This was like Black Betty.
Yeah, no, it's Black Betty, like the Leonard Skinner song.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, Black Betty, ambulance! Whoa, Black Betty, ambulance!
All right, so we're looking for a new photographer. Evan's gone. We're gonna head to Mexico real quick, and there's some jump.
No matter where we go, Mexico is always so close to us.
It is what it is.
So we're gonna hand this over to Morgan. Morgan, hop back in the truck.
Is your hair okay?
Almost.
Okay.
Is your hair okay? Suavecito sponsor. No, just kidding.
Plug.
This again. Oh boy.
Operation.
I just get nervous. I just don't want to put my feet in this thing, you know? Bye, Hank.
So back up in here?
Back up a little bit. I don't know what he's doing.
I would just pull up to the left, just get out. Bruh. Bruh.
Guys, we're not out. Sorry.
We're not ready! We're not ready! He thinks we're ready! We're not ready! We just got here!
And go! And go! Hasn't he ever heard of the term, it's a production?
Garrett, can you tell him to come by again, please?
We're done. It's dark. We filmed into the darkness. All in all, it was a collective effort from all these guys.
Yeah, it's fun. We did good.
Rob, again, thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, it was fun.
Rob's a special
Anytime,
guy,
guys.
and he's got a special place. So
Yeah, I wear a special helmet sometimes.
we're all a little bit special, but we're not done here, and
No.
there's more to come.
Definitely, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We kind of all have some plans where, I think it'd be kind of cool to get some of the guys out here, and we want them to share his backyard, man.
Yeah.
We want to go deep in there. I can't believe I've never heard of that place.
Endless trails.
It's so
There's
beautiful,
endless
man.
trails.
It's not endless, but it's fun. Like
It's enough.
It's enough to have
yeah.
a good time. You can spend a day goofing off and having some fun back there.
Definitely some new stuff to film, which is cool, right? It's not just bars from Nocatilo and all that kind of stuff all the time.
Thank you
so,
guys.
if you guys enjoyed what you just saw, make sure
we
you
go.
comment, like, and subscribe so we can keep doing what we're doing and bring you guys awesome content. So until next time, thanks for watching.
So if you'll excuse me,
So if you excuse me, I need to go.
take a
What the heck?